Hey, it's Lynette, www.arlta, All Roads Lead to Ascension. This is part 3, and we're making Ohanaite Orgone. And right now, I just want to show you guys how most of the bubbles have risen to the top. Isn't that kind of cool? Yay! And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add my metal to it. So I'm going to open up the gold flakes, and I'm going to add in a little bit of each one of these. Now, these sink to the bottom, which is great. But if you get a lighter weight one, which we'll talk about later, you can get some really cool results from that. So the reason it sinks to the bottom, oh, just for fun? Yeah. So I was just asked the question, why was I adding glitter? Oh, glitter is a frequency. Glitter is an amazing frequency enhancer. It's really, really powerful. People think that children are attracted to glitter just because it's glitter. They're attracted to it because the frequency of it is so high. It has its own physical feeling to it. So it's very, very powerful to add to pieces. Sometimes when I'm making a piece, even a piece like this, I will take the glitter and put it in the middle and no one will ever see it, just so the frequency of the color of the glitter will be in the piece, and it actually enhances it. And so I absolutely love to add glitter to my pieces, but I don't always showcase the glitter because for some people it can be a little loud, or we've been programmed that it's for children, not for adults. So especially if I'm putting a piece in that I'm making for a male, it can help with activating his chakra system and heart chakra. So there's so many different things. But when I do when I teach the classes on how to do it one-on-one, that's where I really go into the whys and the hows of adding different things in. So right now we've got this together. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this, pop it in here, and you'll notice that it starts to get warm. I think I've mixed a little bit more glitter than I actually glitter. I think I've mixed a little bit more resin than I need, but you know, that's okay. If you always have an extra mold handy, you can pour it in the mold, and you know, just keep a mold to the side, and you don't miss out on anything. And here's just a FYI. One of the things I'll put into the you know, I'll make a little list on the tools that you need. But one of the things that you need are some, you know, besides your gloves and mask, is some Clorox wipes. I found Clorox wipes, and I've tried like different brand wipes. Clorox is the best brand that I've found so far. And what Clorox does is it just wipes up resin so beautifully. It can get it off your hands. It gets it off counters as long as you don't let it, you know, cure too fast. So yeah, and a little goes a long way. But it's one of my go-tos. I always just keep them in the house because you can always get some resin off of something. Just make sure that, you know, you put down like paper towels. I mean, not paper towels, newspaper or something, so you don't have to worry about it, you know, getting on, you know, things that you don't want it to get on. This is not one of those like projects that I would do with the children unless they're older, especially not young kids at all. You don't want them, you know, to be messing with this. This is for you to be able to help yourself and you know, make these just so that you can have them. And I'm also making these for pets because our pets are exposed to so much dirty electricity. They're exposed to entities and energies, and they need our protection, you know, as much as our children do. We're responsible for them. We get to love them and, you know, love your pets enough to make sure that they're not being exposed to dirty electricity. So right now I've just put in some glitter, and not a lot, just enough. You know, and I'll mix it in this batch. Now here is the thing that makes this like budget friendly. This is gilding flakes. Okay, it's metal flakes is what you want. This will make a piece very, very lightweight, which is great, but the frequency of the metal conducts energy just like these pieces, which have BBs in them. okay, as the metal. When you put together any form of orgone, any form of Ohanaite, any form of inner piece orgone, it's metal, resin, and crystal. You can, for me, it's always either a piece of rose quartz, a piece of amethyst, um, a piece of white quartz, and that's what we're doing now. So yeah, basically, I'm just going to show you how to do this. Hold on, let me try to figure out how to open this so that it doesn't get everywhere. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect. And this stuff flies everywhere. It just does. Be okay with that. That's why a lot of times you want to just do it outside. It's very sticky stuff. Okay, that's more than enough. And I'm going to set this right here. And here we go. That's in there. You don't need a lot. It'll break up as you stir it. Just get a good stir in there. And see, because I put too much in, but that's okay. That's why I didn't mix it all in the big one. I'm going to add some more resin to it. And now we have the resin, metal, and crystal that we need. And now I'm ready to pour. So what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to pour a base into, I'm going to pour just a little bit around in the circle. Can you guys see? I want to make sure you can see. Hold up. Let's forward a little bit more. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is just take this and pour base all the way around. Being careful not to get it on the sides. If you do, you have a chance to just take some scissors and cut it off. And then rub it down with a sander. It doesn't have to be perfect. While I'm waiting for this, I'm going to just take some of the dollar store rocks that we got. These are river rocks from outside, metal, resin, and crystal. And I'm going to place them right in, going all the way around. Trying to pick this up so you can see it a little bit better. You normally don't want to pick it up because you don't want them to end up, you don't want it to, you know, pop over. You notice how I didn't fill it up all the way, and I'm trying to add in as many crystals as I can. See if I can get a couple more in there. And there we go. That's it. I'm going to add another layer of resin. And you're going to get some bubbles, and that's fine. I can show you on another video how to get them out. The main thing that you want to do is get it up as high as you can without going over. The bubbles will start to pop themselves. But the main thing that you want is to just make sure that that's full. I'm going to just try as best as I can to wipe some of it away without getting ridiculous, because I know that before it gets to a hard cure that I can clean up some of this. And it spilled over a little bit on the side, that's fine. again, that's easily fixed. Pardon me. I want you guys to just be able to see. I'm just wiping a little bit off of the edge. So that's done. This resin is going to get hot on me. So I'm going to show you guys really quick how to do the wire. And here we go. Clean up this. So I'm going to do one, and I'm going to show you how to do it. You work with what you got until you can get something. If this is all the wire that I had, this is a very thin wire, I would use it. But since I have this other wire, which is a little thicker gauge, I'm going to use this one for the purpose of demonstration so that you can see how it's done. The gauge on this is 16 gauge. No, I'm sorry, it's 20 gauge, and this is a little thinner wire. 16 gauge, basically what it does is the lower the gauge, the thinner the wire. The higher the gauge, the thicker the wire. No, I'm not saying that right. So a 16 gauge is thicker than an 18 gauge is. So the lower number is a thicker wire. So hold on one second. Let me get this off of here. Actually, I'm going to do this in the next one. I'll come back and I'll show you guys how it's done.